I know. It's okay. Don't you worry. Homestead Heart, we got you. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this. But before we do, I think I'm going to go ahead and finish off my tea. I am making a wonderful ginger, turmeric, and chamomile tea. So relaxing. All right, y'all, keep smiling. Keep your head up. It's going to be okay. We got this. Now let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to place on the stove my little pot here. I got a cup of milk in that pot, and we're just going to heat it up just a little bit. If you notice, I got the fire down low under that milk because we don't want to heat it up too fast and we don't want to burn it. So now I'm going to add to my mama pot because we can't start nothing without my mama pot. So we're going to add a half a stick of butter to this pot, and we are going to put that on a medium heat because we want to melt this butter, okay? Now remember, don't let that milk burn or scorch. We don't want that. We just want it to warm up a bit, okay? So we're going to get this butter all melted, and if you notice, I'm taking my time doing this. I'm just whisking away until the butter is completely melted. And once that butter has completely melted, I'm going to reduce that. I'm going to increase the heat now. Turn it up a little bit from that medium low to like a good medium heat, okay? And we're going to add to this half a cup of flour, all right? 1/2 cup of flour, and we're just going to get it in there. It's no fancy way of doing it. I'm just trying to sprinkle it all around the butter. But we're just going to go ahead and get it in the pot. Now, this point right here, you do not want to stop whisking, okay? You want to whisk and whisk and whisk, and you want to cook that flour because we're going to get rid of that flour taste, okay? So we're just whisking it around until, number one, it has soaked up all of that butter, all right? So that's all we're doing here. And the recipe goes pretty fast, but I'm taking my time because I want you to see just how easy this really is. And if you notice, I was still stirring because I'm really cooking that flour. Now we're going to go in with my homemade chicken broth. And to this pot, you want to add this slowly. Don't pour this all in at once, okay? Add this slowly. We're going in with about 2 cups of this chicken broth here, or chicken stock, whichever you have. Use what you got, okay? You can even make this chicken stock or chicken broth from a better than bouillon base or any kind of bouillon. You can make it from scratch like that as well. You don't have to use home canned, okay? But remember, I told you, this is where we do things homemade here at Homestead Heart as best we can, as often as we can. So you notice I'm still going in real slow, but the key thing here is to make sure you do not stop whisking. If you pour all of that liquid in at once, you run the risk of getting clumps all in the broth, and that is not what we want to do here. We're going to take our time to get this done, okay? Now, while we are sitting here talking about adding broth, I'm going to take a moment to give a great big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, which is Azure Standard. And you know, we're always recommending Azure Standard to you all, especially when we get news reports like the one we just got. We want to be getting our food and our ingredients from trusted sources, not from people who could care less about you and I and about our health, okay? So I'm going to leave the link in the description box below and our coupon code as well, Homestead Heart 15, so you can go on over and shop with Azure Standard. Remember to use that link now because we want to let Azure Standard know that Homestead Heart sent you, okay? All right, so now let's go ahead and slowly add in our milk. I have already whisked and whisked and whisked and whisked, and you can see how smooth that is, okay? Very smooth. So now we're going to go ahead and slowly pour in that 1 cup of milk. Now you could pour it all in at once, but I like to do it slowly. Look at that. That's just absolutely beautiful. I love the way that this comes together so easily, and it's very little effort, really. You just don't want, it's like making a roux. If you make gumbo before, it's just like making a roux, or if you make gravy at home before, it's the same thing. You're just making a roux. That's it. But we're thickening, thickening it up here. Basically, all we're doing. Okay. So now that we got the milk all whisked in, now we're going to go ahead and add in our ingredients. We got a teaspoon of garlic powder. And we're also going to go in next with a teaspoon of onion powder. Now, this is my own onion powder here. And I think my cup was a little damp at the bottom, but that's my own onion powder. We're going to go in with celery seed, 1 teaspoon. Now, you can use celery powder if you like. I don't recommend celery salt. You're going to go in a teaspoon of smoked paprika or regular paprika. Okay, but you do want to get that paprika in there. Now, I'm a huge fan of smoked paprika, so that's why I'm using it. But regular paprika will do. And you're also going to use a half teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of white pepper, or whatever kind of pepper you prefer. You can even use cayenne pepper in this, okay? So we're going to go ahead and whisk all of this together. We just want everything to be well combined. That's it. And now that you see, I brought it back up to a nice little simmer here. And once it starts to simmer like that again, all your ingredients are combined. Your flour has been cooked thoroughly. The spices have been incorporated well. Now this is just about at the finish line. Look at how thick that is. Just look at that. Buy it for what? Go ahead and grab yourself a 1.5 pint size jar. That's what you're going to need for this recipe, okay? This is a bit too much for a pint size jar. So you want to get a 1.5 pint or a quart size jar to put this in, okay? Or 2 pint size jars, whichever you prefer. Make sure you grab yourself some gloves or oven mitts to protect your hands, because if your pot is like my mama pot, it's definitely going to be hot. Okay, so make sure you protect your hands. And now we're just going to go in. Make sure you have your funnel, because that funnel is important here also. Look at me trying to readjust. There we go. I'm trying to get you to see. Look at there. Oh my goodness. Pouring it into the jar. Now we don't leave anything behind. So we're going to grab that spatula and we are going to go ahead and we're going to scrape down this pot. Look at that thickness. Still, it's just coating the whole pot. That's how thick and creamy this is. So we're just going to just smooth it on down. Take it on down, because we want all of it in the jar, okay? Now, I'm going to save like a taste of this because I like the way it tastes. So I'm just going to leave just a little bit in there for me to get some. Anywho, there we are. Look at how thick that is. And when I taste it, buy it for what? Buy it for what? They wish they could make it taste this good, okay? All right, anyway, let's go ahead and take this out of here, you all. And if you got anything on the rim, go ahead and wipe the rims off as well. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? You're not going to buy anything out of the store looking like that. Look at me making all these faces because I'm trying to convince you. That's right. This is the best way to go right here. So don't worry about what they say. Don't worry about what the executives say and all of that. Channel. It's okay.
Now, how easy was that, right? You all listen. Here on our channel, we are always encouraging everybody to go ahead and learn how to do things for themselves, because we already know what these people think about us, right? We already know that. So was I shocked when I saw that leaked information? And yes, the worker who leaked it to kind of let everybody know that this is what you're dealing with. Hats off to that person. Thank you so much for sharing it with everybody else. But he was terminated, or she was terminated, right? So I wanted to show you all this because that recipe made an entire 1.5 pint size jar for literally pennies on the dollar. I did mill my own flour, and the flour that I milled was a soft white wheat. And I sifted this 3 times to get as much of the bran out as I possibly could, right? Because I wanted it to be smooth and creamy, and I didn't want the bits of bran just kind of sitting around in the jar. So if you're using freshly milled flour, make sure you use soft white, and make sure you sift it 3 or 4 times, okay? So that it'll have that smooth texture, okay? But look at that. And it tastes absolutely amazing. Now you can adjust the salt and the pepper to your liking, and you can add in celery salt instead of the celery seed. But I would recommend like a celery powder if you don't have celery seed, because celery salt along with the other salt, that could just kind of make it a bit too salty. And if you're using a salted butter, it will really be salty. So you want to take those things into consideration, okay? But look at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful jar of homemade cream of chicken soup. And you can do this with all kinds of soups. The cream of mushroom, the cream of celery, you can cream of whatever. You can do it yourself, right? Not to mention how much those cans cost. And in his words, well, I'm going to take out one of the expletives that he used, but that bioengineered stuff, right? He wouldn't eat that. He wouldn't feed it to his family, but they make it to feed it to you and others, not me, because I don't buy that stuff, right? So you can do this for yourself, you all. So I hope you found that little video helpful. And again, if indeed you want to, if you can't make things like this for whatever reason, always go to a trusted source. Again, we always recommend Azure Standard, and I think I've mentioned them already in this video, but we recommend them, and I'm going to put our code up on the screen, Homestead Heart 15, and that way you all can use our code and our link in the description box below in the more section and shop with Azure Standard and find your soup bases there, okay? Without all of the gunk that has been added inside, right? So listen, I know a lot of people were very upset about that because some of you asked me if I saw it and I did not. But when I saw it today, and it was even on Good Morning America. So when I saw it today, I was like, okay, let me go ahead and show this. Now, one of the beautiful things is that this recipe, it always reminds me kind of my childhood, because my great aunt who recently transitioned, her daughter, who transitioned many years ago, she worked at a restaurant for over 30 years. And this restaurant made everything from scratch, including cream soups. When she would make different recipes at the restaurant, they had to make the cream soups themselves. It wasn't bought in cans and all of that, right? And she taught her daughters how to make this. And so my older cousin, her oldest daughter, I watched her make this so many years ago, over 30 years ago. I watched her make this recipe right here that her mom, I believe, gave to her. And she probably modified it over the years. But I watched her make this, and I was in amazement as a young person because I thought that it had to come in a can. And it didn't. She made it herself, right? So to me, I was amazed by that. And I said, you know what? I was very young, probably 19, 20 years old at the time. And I was amazed at her. So if you know some young people who might find this very interesting, share this recipe and let them know that Homestead Heart, we here for you. Because if it's something you don't know how to make from scratch, well, that's what we do here, okay? All right, y'all, that's going to do it. That's going to do it for this simple recipe, your own home canned cream of chicken soup. And this is the same base that I use for all of the like chicken pot pies and things of that nature. It's the same thing. It's nothing different. It's the exact same thing, okay? So if you're doing a chicken pot pie, this is what you make. And then you add in your chicken and your vegetables and put your crust over the top and pop it in the oven. It's amazing. Okay? See how easy that is? Yes. Somebody's going to say, can you pressure can that? No, you cannot. All that flour I put in there? You cannot. Okay? So, all right, y'all. That is going to do it for this evening's video. If you like the video, like it, and please share it with others as well. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss videos that we upload to our channel. And thank y'all again for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you, and I'll see y'all in the next video. And remember, look, yes, you can. You can do it yourself.